Ladies, gentlemen, and hello, my NB comrades. What's good? What's poppin'? We're back. Thought we were gonna leave earlier today, but I just couldn't resist. Look who's what the header is. Brame versus Viking, Wish versus Shad, and Boom. Yo, it's too much hype here. I'm actually pretty hyped for that particular matchup. Like, to see Wish go mano a mano against Boom, that's going to be pretty exciting to watch. So I'm quite hyped about that, quite excited. Let's see how it's all going to pan out. Radiant side, we do have Brame chin chillin', doing their thing, leading off this draft with Shadow Demon Tiny after having banned out the Enchantress as well as the Axe. On the side of Viking, we see Lina as well as the Elder Titan being banned out, immediately leading into a young Viking GG pick of the Grimstroke. Wait, what? Where's my audio? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. But this is the wrong audio. It'll sound different. I'll fix it later. Storm Spirit now getting grabbed up for the side of Viking GG as their second overall pick. Brame did go for Shadow Demon Tiny to respond to the first overall Grimstroke. We have been covering a lot of China lately, right? And in China, you don't really see this Grimstroke hero coming out a lot anymore. Like every now and then it does still emerge, but it's not nearly as high priority as it tends to be in Europe.
5 seconds remaining.
Although the Shadow Demon is definitely climbing the ranks in terms of highly useful position 4 heroes in the game right now. Young Pango! Young Pango! What's good, fam? What's good? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, you know what's good actually, everybody? I failed in my quest to... The place that I went to see kind of sucked, so I failed in my quest to get new diggings, but I did buy some new pants. Specifically because my old pants, like my sweatpants, were sort of falling apart. So, yeah. What's good is that I'm warm during winter. Good times. Viking. Where do we go from here with the draft? We see that Brame have banned out the Centaur. They don't want to give Viking the ability to really play hyper aggressively and with a very fast timing, having like Centaur Storm.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
What we've been seeing in China generally is that a lot of these games come down to the offlaner. So we shall see if that is going to be something else that happens here. I hope it is. Like, I've been loving to see these offlane players just all going pretty ham. Just going in, man. It's always fun to see.
Dire team banned.
Right now,
Radiant team banned.
still some young time being spent considering some of these bans. Obviously, you have to ban Juggernaut. Dude, if you're playing against Grimstroke, you see Jug, yeah, you get rid of it. You're like, what's up, man? We're not going to deal with this thing.
Watch out! It's simply too based, my friend.
Too based. Either way, did anybody notice a change in my voice just now? I just changed mics, but I'm getting really good at it. Not having to do it without any interruptions to the sound.
10 seconds remaining.
Storm Spirit. Now that you have the matchup middle, that you know what it is, Brame can decide where this Tiny goes. I suspect it's still going to be Wish Tiny, but now the rest of the draft can be about controlling the Storm Spirit and giving yourself ways to win the game out. Now they pick up the Storm, they see it, and they immediately respond with Night Stalker. The second phase, you now have the silence, a lot of beef on the front lines. This hero can go forward for you and absorb the fight from that angle.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Right now as well, like in terms of if you want to know what the standings look like, what the league is like at the moment, the side of Viking GG right now in Pinnacle Cup have gone 2-1, right? And they lost. Who did they lose to again? Hellbear Smashers. Yeah, they lost to Hellbear Smashers. First of all, on the other side, Brame are 2-1 as well, so this is going to be one of those games that actually breaks a deadlock. Second loss suffered guaranteed for some of these players today. What will it be? Long time to respond to this Night Stalker pick. They're really thinking about, do we grab our 4 position now? Or do we try to deal with this Night Stalker immediately? Oh, he didn't get to bed in time. Snap. That's unfortunate. Oh, does Pinnacle not have like those iLeague live bets?
Radiant team pick.
Apparition now emerging for Viking GG. Alright, so this is going to be the decision. Pick up the 5 position now, consign the Grimstroke into a 4 roll, and then grab yourself like a Faceless Void in the safe lane or Mars in the off lane to initiate these Ice Blasts. They might actually just decide to straight up pick the Void now. Unfortunately, that does mean 3 melee heroes as your cores for the side of Brame.
5 seconds
To be
remaining.
fair, 2 of those heroes are fairly mobile, but can be a bit of a problem. Let's see. This aid will get eviscerated often in the game. The issue with having AA Grimstroke as a support duo is that these are not very tanky heroes. If you get jumped on by the Tiny, Tiny can kill you. So the positioning from these Viking supports has to be top notch. Brame now. I expect we're going to be seeing another support. I imagine Storminen plays the Shadow Demon, so we need something for Spartan. Skylark will play the Night Stalker, Wish Tiny. They could get away with like 5 position line. Oh, never mind, it's been bad.
Dire team
Shadow Shaman, Disruptor. Okay. Yes, which Raptor? Disruptor. Alright, Disruptor.
Dire team
Oh, this game, the Disruptor gives you silence. The vision control you gain from the Night Stalker is actually game changing here. A lot of these heroes are going to have quite the rough time being able to escape these engagements. At the same time, this Wraith King pickup is quite good for Viking GG. It breaks up a lot of the combo that comes forth from Brame.
5 seconds remaining.
That's the big thing, right? Whenever you have a combo lineup like this, Wraith King suddenly looks so much more tantalizing. Brame will struggle now to deal with the Wraith King. However, let's see if they can get themselves a PL pick. Should be banned here by Viking. After banning the Anti-Mage, there's no way they don't ban PL. I mean, dude, you're playing Storm Wraith King. There's no, you can't leave PL in the game. If they do though, then life becomes a little bit scary. Then life becomes quite scary.
Seconds remaining. Radiant team Dire team pick.
Medusa ban, Rob. Alright. Can anybody give me a reason why this shouldn't be a PL lost pick? Especially because they banned TIE Hunter Legion Commander. Oh god, this is PL's coming. Watch the boy.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
I can get the slaughter for themselves at the end of there. Potentially, maybe they're thinking to themselves that if they get slaughter early enough, then it dissuades the side of Brame from going for the PL. We did see earlier today what Slaughter can do to a PL in lane. PL ended up ultimately winning that matchup and the game itself, but lost the
10
matchup in the
seconds
lane.
remaining.
It's simply too based, my friend.
5 seconds remaining.
Two base. Brame, come on, just pick PL, dude. Pick PL. Here we go. That's what we want to see. Oh, what was taking you so long? Come on, you know what's up. You know what's hood. No chance that you're not gonna pick PL in this matchup. Yo, dude. Yo, focus. Come on, dude. I honestly wish, right, that back in the day when I used to play, well, to be fair, it wasn't very good, but I used to play. Really wish in those days that my team would draft me these kind of lineups They used to play safe lane, right? And we get to the end of the draft, it would never look like this, where I could almost imagine Focus just thinking about it. He's like, no, they didn't leave here. No, no, no. So you can imagine who I think is going to win game one. Although I really do like the presence of this Wraith King, I actually do like the Slaughter as well. I think the Slaughter makes Wraith King a lot better of a hero. Often when I see that Wraith King hero participating in the game without having a hero like Centaur, Slaughter, Mars, etc. to set him up and queue him up, it feels like just a very farmy hero for a long time before he becomes active on the map. With the Slaughter, you can definitely make your presence known a lot sooner than normal. This game, yeah, I definitely do find myself favoring lineup that presented to us inside Brame. I think the last pick PR is not really addressed by any measure. They have what? Storm Spirit, Wraith King, Slaughter. Where is the wave clear for the illusions? Wraith King will probably build like Mjolnir in this game to try and deal with this. I mean, he's gonna have to decide Mjolnir or Radiance. The issue with Radiance is that we've been seeing these Radiance timings not feeling like they hit the same, you know? 20-minute rads with Midas, you're like, cool. Then your whole team is getting ran over by PL. Doesn't feel like it has the same amount of impact. So I'm hoping that this is the game where they're able to figure out what they want to do against this PL early on, then take the fight to Brame. Don't think they can afford to wait. Same time, obviously, Brame want to play with the highest tempo humanly possible. They've got Night Stalker, they've got Tiny, they've got PL. This one, I imagine it's going to be hype. Excited, I'm glad to see it. Only question is going to be, who gets the dub? Who gets the dub? Unknown at this point in time which team is going to do that, but we're soon going to find out as game one. Away, Viking GG versus Brame. I personally think that Brame right now as a team looking really, really strong overall. I think the growth they've been experiencing in upper division. I think thus far, Brame is so far the only team that to me has sort of fulfilled that promise of what lower and upper division are supposed to be able to fulfill. And Brame is next season. Kind of disappointing that we have a TI immediately. I kind of feel like it would have been nice to have a few more months of teams developing, getting better, not really looking to get people kicked and stuff. Wait, game. Le gamer. A gamer. Have the game underway. Get into right now. Also, I do think that the way, like I said, it's 2-1, right, in the groups. But Viking probably feel to themselves that, so they both have different reasons to want to win this. Like I said, Viking ended up dropping a game to Hellbear Smashers. Hellbear Smashers isn't looking too hot in upper div, while Viking looking a lot hotter, right, in that same category. So they like, come on, guys, you know, come on, man, come on. Is this really the best we can do? So they definitely want to be able to show us that they're better than Hellbear Smasher, that they still deserve to have been an upper div. It was a mistake. No, not a mistake. They, you know, quote unquote earned it. It was fair, but it was still a problem. They would prefer the situation be somewhat different right now. Or at the same time, though, we do see that the crew of Brame, they lost to Extremum. So they definitely do not want to win this one. The easy way to win out the game. So go into it. Get into it. Let's get this hype. Let's go. Brame versus Viking GG.
It's simply too base. It's simply too base.
Too base.
It's simply too based, my
Too
friend.
base. So I have a situation now. Game getting underway. This Night Stalker just chilling, doing his thing. Definitely the kind of game where I'm hoping that the NS overall, I would hate to see this be one of those games where Night Stalker just gets nothing done. You know, just this big beefcake that's like, oh, attack me first, but I don't really do anything in the game. I hate to see that. I want to see things happening. I want to see a good game. are now underway. Getting into game 1. Skylark positioned to try and scout out if there are indeed any of these observer wards present already.
30 seconds to battle.
Simply too base, my friend. Simply too. What the hell is happening? That is our clean feed Yankee, right?
The battle begins.
Yo, and I take no responsibility for the game looking weird. This is directly from the reload folks, so
Simply too strong.
better hope that things go well. We see usage and pickups. Alright, okay, this is not working out. I know how to fix this. I know how to fix it. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Exactly how to fix this issue, and now our issue is fixed. There we go. So, game 1, Brame v Viking, Spartan down bottom with focus. They are going to be, oh boy, just look about that. We see on the other side of the map, we need to pay attention to this fight as they are all going in, but no kill ends up happening here. Just a lot of damage being exchanged between all the players involved. Am I cutting out a bit? You'll let me know. Is it still cutting out? Still the issue? Still a problem? But this lane bottom is a lane that is possible for the PL to lose. Unlikely, but definitely possible. Literally saw that earlier today. But the key ingredient in that lane was an extremely aggressive 5 position. A Grimstroke has some degree of aggression, but not the same as like a Snapfire or something like that, or even a Shadow Demon. We should still expect the PL to be able to find the farm that he needs. Same time, would definitely like to see whether or not they're going to be able to, on the side of Brame that is, keep pressure on Skylark to allow him to get all the levels up. Have him and Storminen put as much pressure on this top lane as humanly possible. Oh, so what's happening with the video is that this is a clean feed, so I'm getting this directly from the relog folk. Therefore, I cannot control anything from it. It is what it is. So if there's any jitters, unfortunately it does happen on their end. The only way to avoid this would be to watch from Dota TV, and there the delay is like 15 minutes. So I'm still in the drafting phase right now, and that's not fun. Is it? Ooh. Gonna be a pretty nice slithering crush out onto focus. Mid lane. Wish out here chillin'. He is, in this game, one of the more dangerous heroes, especially once he does manage to pick up that blink dagger. As soon as the blink comes out, things get extremely scary. Suddenly, Celery feels like he's super vulnerable every single time. The same is going to be true on the other side of the map. Even Toby is not safe, actually. Not Toby, Kezu, sorry. How am I saying Toby? My bad. Way back in the day, that's an old version of Viking GG, but even Kezu is not going to really be safe from the full jump in that comes from the Tiny. A lot of burst, and they still have this Disruptor to drag people back. That's going to be the big thing, right? Once Skylark starts getting active on the map, seeing him be involved with the Raptor to provide vision and bonus kills.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Throws forth the Spirit Lance. Aramis will do a young run back. Everything's still a-okay though, because Aramis is gonna die as Focus still stays alive but gets the first blood. Nice! Kezu came in to try and throw in the Slithering Crush to interrupt that movement. but it ends up not being enough by any stretch of the imagination. Feels bad for Viking. Feels very good for Brame. Looking at like how this game is gonna pan out post laning phase. Viking not really gonna have the full incentive to do anything until they have at least the first complement of items for Boom, as well as for Kezu. First while for Brame, they just want to get Blink and go. That's it. Blink, go!
Just what I needed.
I don't know. Kezu helps to pick up a kill onto the Disruptor. And it does not seem like the PL wants to chase him down. If Focus had more mana, he might have decided to continue putting pressure onto Kezu, but brother decides it's perfectly good for him to get in the lane that doesn't cost my life potentially, so I'm gonna get it. Too based. Speaking of the word based, do y'all know Lil B the base god? I came across that name the other day, I was so happy. Oh, golden oldies. Boom. I think Avalanche tossed. And won't get tossed, just will eat the Avalanche. With level 1 toss, maybe Wish didn't feel like he had enough damage to actually kill Boom there. But now there is kill potential onto pretty much everybody. And here it comes again. Wish not gonna find himself getting ink, so they want a little bit of vision so they can get off the glimpse potentially. Wish. Avalanche, toss will be there. That's a dead. Oh wait, Aramis is alive from this. Oh god, but he will eventually pop. Oh goodness me, Wish. I felt like it took so long to achieve. But achieve it, they do nonetheless. And Spartan also picks up a pretty sick glimpse onto the Storm Spirit. Storm is one of those heroes that ironically enough hates with all of his heart being glimpsed. It's not like a Queen of Pain, where at least your blink is a standard mana cost for your mobility spell. With the Storm Spirit, sometimes you zip really far. You get glimpsed back and you can literally not do anything. Go back in on the fight. Skylark. Level 4 in the top lane, does have 2 points into the passive at this point. Over the first nighttime only, so not really much that you intend to be able to accomplish at this point in the game. We do see down bottom. Spartan, there was a point in time when he wasn't really present at bottom, you know, due to being dead. And in that time period, Viking GG were able to press a really strong advantage for Kezu. Him now being the level 6 Focus, you're very afraid about playing around him. Kezu got back decent amount of CS. Interesting enough though, Doppelganger does get rid of the corrosive haze. One of the bigger impacts of this hero in the middle of the fight is that you think you've gotten a beat onto him, but if you don't have the chain disable, suddenly you lost them. So I imagine that Skylark this game, he goes for what, phase boots into the armlet? Or is this going to be like phase boot Sange Blink? I could also envision him picking up a Heaven's Halberd in this game. Given that there's only one real source of physical damage from Shad, getting a Halberd? Like it would make such a huge difference. Just chilling, farming it up. Brame just gonna leave the Disruptor here to soak up experience. I think Brame are definitely the team that's more okay with things not really progressing all that much right now. Because they'll feel very bullish about their chances in the late game. So we spoke about this in the previous series. When you're the team that has the better late game, the thing you want more than anything in the world is to come out of the lanes slightly better off than expected. Kezu find himself having been slowed up and glimpsed underneath the tower. They want to put pressure out onto him. Wish is also here. But Wish realizes that, yeah, this kill isn't happening. Oh, he doesn't get the toss. He was hoping to toss back Aramis, but I think just lost range This should still be a death onto the Grimstroke. The tree throw won't be there in time, but nonetheless, Aramis no way is going to be able to escape this, and he will end up dying. And Spartan doesn't. Spartan God. Alright.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Does the right thing. Gets away from the kill. Now also a kill is going to happen with his team on the other side of the map. There's no way Celery survives this. Oh no, they were too soon. He popped it at 3 instead of at 4 stacks. So they will not be able to finish off that kill onto the Ancient Apparition. At the same time, Boom got disrupted and doesn't have enough mana to close the gap onto Skylark. So despite this, Night Stalker being on 1 touch away from death, he escapes. Mirroring the fate of the Ancient Apparition. 2 of them somehow managed to avoid death.
Fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Although you know what Brame's response to all of this is? Okay. It is what it is. I think Shad might die in the top lane. Or they're just swapping. Yeah, it looks like they just want to swap. I sort of feel like I would have liked to see him go in for that one, but it's okay. Focus will just deny the tier 1 tower in the top lane. Deny. This tank Avalanche's Wish closes in on this Blink Dagger. This is the item for them. Like Skylark wants to be able to find some kills here or there now, but the item is going to be that Blink Dagger. Best case scenario is if they can kill Shad now, before the Blink Dagger's up. Oh, look at Skylark. Skylark's so smart. He scouts in the trees first to make sure that there isn't any backup for this Wraith King. And as he pops, very unhappy about the fact that he'll commit a 200-second cooldown. He's inside the Static Storm. They also managed to get the immediate glimpse back onto the ally of the Slaughter who came in to help. And now Celery will also die through an Ice Blast, but it's not going to be enough to really put anybody over, except for Spartan, who this time around does die inside the trees, but hashtag worth. He's taken 3 heroes with him, one of them being Shad, even through the reincarnation. So look at this, they get this kill, Shad dies. Where's Slaughter? Slaughter shows up, right? Hoping to try and find the follow-up fight, gets glimpsed back instantly. And of course, the Static Storm connects on the 2. Celery does manage to throw out the Ice Blast. Bit unfortunate for Spartan there. It was actually a pretty nice play. You saw what Celery did, right? He went forward to throw out the additional Ice Vortex because he recognizes that if I can get down this Vortex, I'll probably kill Spartan with the magic resistance reduction. Oof, yeah, if you'd bet on Brame for first to 10, they would definitely be in your corner right now. They are looking like they are more than poised to be able to get the first 10 themselves. This game now. Brame? Spartan might actually want to lead on to Kezu. Kezu's dead, dude. Yeah, Kezu's so dead. He's gonna get tossed towards the tier 2. No, Wish! Wish messed up again. They disrupt Boom to prevent him from jumping too deep. They do eventually end up losing Spartan. Storminen gonna be frozen too almost. Doesn't end up getting frozen, but with the Demonic Purge, is there enough damage to kill Boom? Almost. Yes, they do throw a tree at him. And they do manage to bring down the Storm Spirit. Alright, even better. Wish messes up on killing Kezu, but little do we know that this is just hashtag calculated to give the Storm Spirit extra confidence that he could jump in there unscathed. Look at this, glimpse back on Kezu. This should have been Wish just tossing Kezu straight towards the Night Stalker, but he tossed him up by mistake. Feels bad, man. But the big deal is this counterplay. Look at this, Demonic Purge on Boom. They realize this, they're like, wait a second, we've got so much damage on him. Wish now goes back in, throws the tree at him. Massive, massive, massive kill. Wish. Blink Dagger in tow. Brame definitely quite dangerous right now. Okay. The high ground, they get the ink swell out. Will Wish be able to get away from this? He does not get scouted, no. And Orchid used on a Shadow Demon illusion. So now they've not only broken the smoke, but revealed that they wanted to show off an Orchid. This will signal to the rest of Brame to play far more carefully. I think PL, we don't see him on the map until he has Mantis Style again. So he's gonna keep quietly farming and plugging away top.
Radiant are scanning.
Wish. Wants a young Echo Saber right now. Get that damage, very standard build up on the Tiny at this moment in time. They have a smoke though. I think they should smoke and do something. Don't like how much time they're spending together here on Radiant side of the map. I feel like they actually have potential to kill several of these heroes on the side of Viking. Night Smoker can't really do anything right now, so Wish should be plugging the gap as much as he can. Feels like this Night Stalker's had a bit of a struggle so far. Been very difficult for him to progress. This other heroes around him. Skylark also showed up for this. They just must keep spamming out Shadow Poisons on the one side, Choke of Fates on the other. See if they manage to find a way to stall out this push in perpetuity. Such a way is not available and will end up losing. Tier 1 tower mid. King GG. Really are looking like it's at this point in time team that is going to be playing up against it, playing into a steep wall from the side of Brame and the gang, because in particular Focus will just free farming. This Night Stalker has now just picked up the Spirit Vessel, so that's going to be their time to go. Spirit Vessel, but Glimpse, have Dark Ascension if needed. Let's go, boys, let's go. Who do they find? They're going to come across both Shad as well as this Ancient Apparition. AA will happily break the smoke. And he checked there. Aramis is also gonna die in the mid lane. They glimpse back onto Kezu too. He's in danger now on the Centaur, being flown over by Skylark. They also got down the Static Storm. Boom. Able to leap across it directly into the fight. But needs to be careful. Focus does have access to the Diffusal Blade. They have lost Spartan though at the very beginning of this. Buyback will be there on the Ancient Apparition. Here goes in both Kezu as well as Spartan. The gang on the side of Brame are going to be able to at least get one. Kezu having fallen to Wish. Seems like it's all that's going to be for now, but they look like they want to go back in because Focus isn't silenced anymore. The Orchid is back off, and now with the Spirit Vessel, the Avalanche toss directly onto Boom's face. Allows them to bring down the Storm Spirit. Very fortunate for the side of Viking GG that they didn't end up losing more, but they still lose 4. Buyback is required to keep that somewhat moderate in terms of the bleeding, but they still are now at a massive disadvantage. Doesn't look like it in terms of the gold. Now lost more real estate. Focus as well in that fight presented a huge problem, right? In that he was pretty much unbothered. He was able to just sit there threatening Storm Spirit, so Storm had to sort of hem and haw about whether or not it's even possible to stick around in the fight. And to make matters worse, the saving mechanism gives PL even more illusions once he gets disrupted. So yay! Viking. Smoke. Let's go. Let's go. I think they want to try and sneak away a Roche, but you'll realize that they're not inside the Roshan pit. Between Kezu and Shad, Roche can be taken quite quickly. Still an extremely risky maneuver from the side of Viking. Top lane, Focus. Got silenced up, but he's perfectly fine. And Wish, actually gonna jump in. Avalanche toss. This time the toss is good for the money, but they will not be able to catch up in time with the Skylark silence. He's flying over some heroes now. Where is the glimpse? Where is the glimpse? That's what they need. Boom. Spirit Vessel on him. Wish trying to close the gap. They're out of mana. Avalanche toss with the Blink Dagger will be enough and they get the kill. One more swipe of the tree onto Celery is enough for a double kill as well.
Too based, my friend.
As Wish turns up on the map, putting in so much pressure and damage. Aramis attempting his best. Glimmer Cape TP out, but Aramis not going to be able to outspot Spartan. Spartan 8 down the sentry, glimpse back. He knows that there's a Glimmer Cape. 3 heroes dead yet again. Brame are just stomping this game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're like high key, no cap, completely running over Viking GG right now. Let's see how far back this fight will take us. Look at this chase. So Boom's just trying his best, right? If you look on the minimap or down bottom, you see that this Disruptor a little bit too far away to get off the glimpse. But the chase from Skylark is relentless. He'll make sure that they catch this on. They do find Boom. Aramis as well gets caught out by Spartan. Big plays there coming in from this Raptor. Able to lead in and get the kill. Phenomenal what we see here coming in from the side of Brame at this point in time. 3k gold lead for them. Viking GG. Definitely playing against that right now. Game is not an easy one to win from the position that they're in. Still possible, but have to pretty much play perfectly. No mistakes possible. For example, Shad cannot die here. He has to back. Absolutely cannot die.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Radiance is grabbed now for Shad though.
Dire's bottom tower is
Much later than I thought it would be. 21 mins, not the worst thing in the world, but you need to consider the kind of game you're going to be in. They are going to go smoke into the Roshan pit. We did discuss that Shad and Kezu can do this quite easily. Will they get away with this though? Does seem like it, because look at the distraction work being done in the top lane. Storm Spirit distracts with his own life and dies, but buying space. Buying space. Do they realize that an Aegis is taking place? They do not. Oh, Korea doesn't give vision of the Roshan pit most, so Aegis will be stolen. Wish, oh, almost caught the avalanche, but will not be able to do so. So Viking doing their best impersonation of Ocean's 11 as they pull off the heist of the century, stealing the Aegis from right underneath the noses of Brame.
Dire's top tower is
Man, they walked past that Roshan pit so many times with so many different heroes, but still found nothing. Feels so bad.
structures are fortified.
Wish though, almost. Ooh. Ultra super slow-mo.
Are scanning.
Wish. Echo Saber. Blink. BKB gonna jump now middle. They get the catch onto Shad. If they just get the first life, they're happy. Yeah, life is good. They actually might be able to get 2. Skylark will just jump in with the silence over onto Shad. Sure, they managed to silence off Spartan with the Orchid, but it doesn't matter. They've got more than one silence in the team. Wish now also able to catch up onto Aramis. Grimstroke will die. They don't even need the Spirit Lance from Focus to get that kill. Just ends up being a straight up monster kill for Wish. Yet another death onto Shad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Viking GG. Yet another scenario. They don't feel like they can really do all that much on the map right now. Kezu also gonna get caught here. Does have Blink, but it's on cooldown. Yeah, this Avalanche toss. Easy death. Oh wait, what? Slaughter's the one with the... Oh my goodness. I see. For some reason I'd forgotten that it wasn't Boom that picked up the Aegis. In my mind, whenever I know that a team has taken Roche and I see them have a Storm Spirit, I'm like, oh, Storm has Aegis. But remember that it was Shad and Kezu who went to steal that Aegis. So Kezu's the one that has it in his inventory and now just fed it away. Whew. mean, look at this, right? Look at Spartan. Spartan gets silenced. You think that that's going to help them with the fight, but they don't need the Static Storm. Now, at this point, Skylark is strong enough to just jump forward. They have the Hunter and the Night Silence and easily able to figure this out. But Crippling Fear, what a spell, dude. What a spell Crippling Fear is. Also, as we look again, Kezu actually didn't just die himself, got Celery killed too. The Celery only came in thinking that he might be able to save him, but turns out to not be the case. And with that Aegis usage, Brame. Woof! Man, are they feeling good. Man, are they feeling good. 14k net worth right now for the PL. 13 for the Tiny. 6k ahead overall. And also this Night Stalker is catching up to the same overall farm as the Storm Spirit. Viking, the odds of them winning this game are looking fairly low. In a really rough situation right now. At the same time, Viking, the thing that they need the absolute most beyond anything else is BKBs. Smoke up. The issue is that once they get jumped on by Skylark or Wish, that's it. There's nothing. None of these heroes have any tool, any item, any spell they can cast that makes things easier for them after that. See, they just catch vision of Storm Spirit. This is huge, but they also want Shad rather. Big kill, but Skylark does not have Blink Dagger, so he cannot close the gap that quickly. I really thought they were going to want to try and reach for the Storm. But they scouted like a sliver of vision of him, but he does port out. He's top now, so he's going to be a-okay. Other side though, bottom, they do find Slaughter. Really does feel like Brame at the moment just have all the momentum. There's not really, like, even in terms of the, oh wait, never mind, this will help. This will help them. Kezu is not going to be able to come back in time because he doesn't have buyback, so just has to watch as they lose young Celery. At the same time though, Aramis and Shad threw out quite a bit of damage here, and they were able to bring down Skylark as the rest of the team took the tier 2. I don't think that was necessary, strictly speaking, for them to actually have to commit the life of the Night Stalker for that. And now they might lose the Disruptor too. Nice Glimmer Cape being used up there by Disruptor. Spartan gets vision out onto Boom. Can he glimpse him back into a Static Storm? Static Storm is down. Will glimpse back Aramis though, so that Wish can just catch him with the Avalanche Toss. Shad in the meantime losing a lot of mana. Aramis also low on HP, is gonna die now. Focus decides on an easier target. I do not think Shad has an Aghanim Shard, so he needs to be careful here. Look at this PL. Manta, Heart, Diffusal. Focus just has everything. Put a Defiance. The Focus just went all in there. They wanted to kill Celery, and by God they got him, but jeez. Okay. Definitely not sure about the worth of this. They almost got Shad on the high ground as well, but they save him. Aramis gives up his own life for this to make sure that they can't get that save. And now middle, Boom was able to jump onto the Disruptor. In the meantime though, both Skylark as well as Focus in on the rest of Viking GG's lineup. That leads into a disruption onto Boom. Boom will get himself avalanched by Wish. The Glimmer Cape given in by Aramis will keep him alive a little while longer. Spirit Vessel not gonna help to kill anybody just yet. Boom still trying to run away. One more right click will be able to kill him. They toss a creep at him. It's gonna be an illusion hero, and it does manage to do the job. Does cost the life of Wish. Unfortunately for them, Focus is here now on the high ground with an illusion army. Can they stop this? They do not have Storm Spirit. Kezu looking like he's about to lose his life. Chad wanting to turn his attention back out onto Focus. Focus, will he get frozen down? No, he will not. Does manage to doppelganger away. Phantom Rush will be there. Ice Blast won't connect, so he does still manage to get off the heal. Will be forced back from the base, however, without being able to take a tier 3 tower. It took so long to kill Boom. They chased them all the way basically to the fountain. Wish will probably regret having done so. Ultimately though, it is a fight that works out in their favor. Let's see this again. So they catch Boom, right? What a Glimmer Cape from Aramis. That's the second time he keeps a core hero alive with Glimmer Cape. First it was Shad, now it's Boom. He just extends this fight for so long. Like, this just takes forever. Illusion gets thrown, and then they lose Wish. At this point, thinking about the relative net worth between all these heroes, the amount you've just lost is pretty large on the side of Brame. As is now when you just lost your Night Stalker. And Kezu just TPs out to safety. That's pretty huge. Boom. Tree Throw saw him. They get vision for the clips. Will they have the Static Storm? They don't need it. Wish there with the Avalanche Toss. Let's see what actually happened there. We didn't get to see the fight in question because it did happen as the replay was going on. So they jump Skylark, right? And they kill him. Also back in the main game, important things are happening as they are about to lose Shad. The first life of the reincarnation. They can't afford to lose him twice. Shad, not sure if he even has buyback here. Aramis will throw out the Soulbind, keeping Shad alive a little while longer, who was able to get himself back to safety. Can they re-engage this fight though? Wish able to get the toss. Kezu thrown forward into the engagement, surrounded by some focus illusions, lost all his mana and now about to lose his life as he dies. Demonic Purge had a hand in that as well. Focus still at full HP in front of this tier 3. They take the tier 3 and they just decide rather, let's go back. Go back to the replay. Cameraman insists we're going to see the replay. I did not clip this for nothing. Y'all are gonna watch this replay and you're gonna like it. Damn, guys, okay. Wishes sitting right now with an overwhelming blink. Tons of tank ability on him. Storm Spirit. It has so much to climb back against. Only has Orchid BKB, still wants this Aghanim Scepter. We're 32 minutes in. Feels like it takes Brame much less effort to kill these Viking heroes than vice versa. Every single time we've seen heroes die from the side of Brame, it's Viking having to split the fight, throw in preemptive Ice Blast, have Soulbind down, all this good stuff. They're back inside the Roshan pit, but this time around they have been scouted by the side of Brame, and Brame know that they're so much stronger. Brame! Static Storm! They jump over. There will be a silence going down now, but they're actually just gonna turn and try to beat down onto Skylark. They haven't managed to kill him, but the illusions will bring down Focus. Will bring down the Kezu, sorry. Focus brings them down. Next to 4 will be Shad on the first life. Aegis will go down. Aegis snatched up by Shad, so they will have the double Raid King. At the same time, outside of the fight, Wish, he's gonna get focused and brought down by the rest of Viking GG. Buyback was there from Kezu to help out with the Corrosive Haze. They zone back Shad with these illusions, but at the same time, it opens up space to potentially kill Boom, as he's on the high ground now, all by his lonesome. Brought down by this PL. Alrighty. Salary. Feels bad to be you, mate. Feels bad to be you, mate. He's gonna end up getting brought down too. Oof. So all is said and done, Aegis still does sit in the hands of this Wraith King. That is ultimately what they wanted. They wanted to get him the Aegis. They got him the Aegis. It didn't have to be the cleanest fight thereafter. They wanted to just make sure that they have that defensive item. Brame. 9k gold lead for them. Odds are apparently 3. Get back to the lead. Right, so they initiate with the static storm. BKB from Boom allows him and Shad to just turn and start heading down onto Skylark, but at the same time, look at Focus. Just kills Kezu. Wish is keeping the two supports completely isolated from the rest of the fight so that they can't get involved and actually help dish out the necessary damage here. Shad does snatch the Aegis, and Skylark, I like this play that they kept doing with him. Glimmer Cape, whilst he has Crippling Fear on, allows him to fly literally invisible over everybody, putting out that silence. I didn't actually notice that Wish brought back for this. This actually makes it a pretty bad fight. Yeah, if Wish didn't buy back, that fight actually would have been okay. I don't think they needed him on the second go around. So a little bit of an overcommitment there from Wish. Still though, team wins the fight. They find Boom bottom. And I do not think Boom will have buyback. So this should be a lane of racks finally being secured. They open up the space with the tier 3 tower much earlier on. And also, oh god, did y'all see that? That's huge. That is so huge. Oh my goodness. They glimpsed back Shad to the top part of the map. Oh god. Shad was farming top. He TPs to help his team push back, but with him being the one that's glimpsed back, they know that there's not that many ways for him to re-enter the fray. So they're just opening space. They force a buyback from Boom, but they're okay with this. Glimpse back, Boom, bye-bye. Oh, they actually glimpse back Kezu. So now Boom finds that he's overextended. We'll have to pop the BKB to try to bring down Storminen, but Storminen got up the Demonic Purge before going down, so Boom gonna be in trouble. The tree throw from Wish will be good enough to bring him down. At the same time, Focus, there is going to be a static storm onto Shad. Kezu ends up trying to stall this out, trying to buy time for Shad to beat back onto Focus, but Focus now gets off the doppelganger. Just needs to wait a few moments. The HP will start coming back. The mana being drained away. Shad doesn't have Aegis anymore. He's already committed the first life. Glimpse will catch him back out onto the low ground. Is there enough here though? At the same time, Skylark is going to be directly onto Aramis, preventing him from being able to utilize any defensive spells. They pop the Aegis. And now Shad really is in dire straits here. Focus and Skylark are on the higher ground. Spartan is there as well. This should be a dead Raid King, and I imagine that after he dies on the second life, they should be thinking about calling GG. Crippling Fear activated by Skylark to just fly over the Raid King, but the damage will be their Wish. Avalanche Charge does come out from Celery. It does a lot of damage, actually. It kills 2 heroes. Focus, though, not one of those heroes. So he gets to stand strong. Stay fighting here. Double kill, now picked up. Inside the pit. His Focus looking for the fountain diving here with this PL. Will get stunned up by the Inkswell. Do they have enough damage to kill him? Absolutely not. Phantom Rush away to some other creeps. Will be able to doppelganger away from the Wraithfire Blast. The illusions burning away mana. Doesn't have the Aghanim Shard just yet, so it doesn't have the OP illusions. Just good illusions. They're just aight. Dead though, trying to keep this chase going. Doppelganger. Will they be able to find Focus? Focus, Phantom Rush to the other side. Soulbind will be there with the Phantom's Embrace as well. They will finally have enough to potentially stun him up forever. He tries to TP out. That was a bit much. That was a bit much. To try to TP out right in front of their faces. Come on now, that's not gonna happen. Somehow, because of the greed of Brame to chase deeper into the base for kills around the fountain, they don't actually lose more than a single lane of racks. This is completely playable. Does require triple buybacks to be attainable for Viking GG. However, this game is still going. It's still going, it's still winnable. That's the crucial thing.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And a Midas. Ooh, okay, disruption on the high ground. They catch it out onto Shad. Spamming him out with some spells. The main thing here is just to make sure that their gap doesn't actually get closed in on by the high ground being taken. Just keep the high ground alive. PL will come back. So they glimpse back Kezu. right? And it looked like this fight might not be the worst in the world. So boom, demonic purge. And then he ends up dying. Look at this kill though. Wish blinks up, throws a tree at him over the canyon, and is able to get that kill. And with avalanche, static storm, kinetic field directly onto Shad and Kezu, that kill seems easy for them to pick up as well. And then Skylarker's yet again, between him and Wish, they have a vendetta against these two supports, making sure that they don't get to do much in this game. But here's the big carry play. Here's Celery. The Ice Blast, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Celery dies for this, but saves the game. And Focus realizes now, like, he's going to dish out damage to Aramis. And they force the buyback from Shad. But Focus is like, oh snap. This actually was a mistake. Wraith King now in possession of that Mjolnir that we discussed he would want against his PL. I must say though, when it's just PL by himself versus Wraith King plus a few heroes, it seems possible. All Viking have to do is kill everybody but PL. Easy. Has a nullifier in the PL. I still really think that you should get Aghanim Shard. Shard is so good. And here's the kill onto that PL, where he attempted his utmost to try to juke this one out. This was a nice dodge of the Inkswell and maybe of the Slithering Crush as well, but ultimately he's too low on HP. Even with 4,000 health, even gods can bleed. Right now, Brame needs to start thinking about how to close this one out. Games that go late are always very scary. We're here 40 minutes in. They do have the natural advantage with this PL. But need to start thinking about how to take these fights. I think that's part of the problem, right? Is that this PL's been ahead for so long in the game that the rest of his team isn't really playing like carefully around him. They're just like, oh yeah, PL's there, it's fine. We can do whatever in the fight. Need to see some more coordination coming in from the side. Skylark might die here. Lotus Orb is there, but he's certainly gonna fall. Do not know if buyback is available for the Night Stalker. I think it is. Dominant. Okay, gets off the demonic purge. There was gonna be the buyback. Alright, not sure about this one. Wish, avalanche toss. They're looking for Boom. Boom will not die just yet. There's gonna be a soul bind as well. They're looking for Wish. Wish got himself hit with the highest blast. And look at the damage going towards Focus. Focus is just gonna get eviscerated. He's in between Kezu and Shad. Worst place to be. And he dies. Kezu also able to chase forward and kill. The highest blast, I believe, connected onto the PL, so the heart did nothing. Oh god. Oh god. Brame. Brame.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Why did they do that?
Radiant's top tower has...
Let's see, so... Why they jump in, I don't know. Then let's see, did Ice Blast hit? Yeah, it did. It hit him. Look at the damage. Woo! Way too much damage in like a very short span of time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well. Dead. And 2 supports. PL does have buyback available. But this is going to be them losing a counter lane of Rax. The thing is, Viking GG are still aware that they've actually gotten away with murder. They swung a 9k gold lead in like 90 seconds. At the same time though, they are aware that that should never have happened, that they got extremely lucky with Brame deciding to take a fight 4v5 there. Wraith King does seem like now will be having access to that Aghanim Shard. Refresher picked up 2. The Aegis of the Immortal in the waiting arms of the Storm Spirit. He's had such a rough game, but still able to get something out of it towards the end. Brame just feeling like their concentration is slipping a little bit. Focus, live up to your name, fam. Looking a bit sloppy. Might need a BKB actually. This Ancient Apparition is proving to be a massive thorn in the side. Figure out ways of dealing with and addressing that hero. Also, I don't know why Focus wasn't able to... Oh no, I think he was too far away. Because they jumped onto Boom, and if they were able to get off like the Nullifier, then maybe. Aramis will find himself getting gone on here. There will be Storm Spirit trying to help him out. Usage of the ultimate from the Disruptor, trying to buy time here. Static Storm is going to be out. This Boom is going in right now onto this Disruptor, onto the disrupting Shadow Demon on the side of the fight. And with some illusions around him, Boom is in some danger here. At the same time, they have lost Aramis. Focus going away with the Doppelganger. They need to be careful about this fight. Skylark looking on the back lines of things. He wants Celery. He wants to prevent the additional damage from coming in from the Ancient Apparition. Kezu very low on the mana as well. Boom's also quite low on mana too, so needs to watch himself. Wish jumps up. Avalanche, will it be there? Where was the spells? Boom! Will still somehow survive. Finally, an Avalanche will be there. Celery will die from this. They finally do get the Boom Aegis away. Wish kept alive with the Ghost Scepter. Kezu in danger as well from Focus, will eventually die. Second life going to be up for Boom. Is going to be able to take down Wish with it. Storminen, can he do anything about this? He's silenced up right now though with the Phantom's Embrace and the Orchid. So absolutely no way that he can do so. And Boom will grab a double kill off that fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What a long drawn out engagement. Skylark, they can't get the kill onto Aramis, and Spartan. If Spartan can stay alive longer, this is a different fight. Because he has the Aghanim Scepter, but he couldn't get it off onto Boom to prevent the BKB. And they Soulbind on the left side of the fight. Boom on the right, taking quite a bit of damage here, but he doesn't die either. But he does. Oh man, Wish, where was the Avalanche? Where was the Avalanche? Wish got way too greedy there. He thought he was going to be able to just hit him twice and get out without having to commit any spells in this situation, but ends up being dead wrong. They do have to commit the bonus spells, and that means that he doesn't have the spells for when Boom actually comes back to life. If you commit the spells on the first round, you get the kill and the cooldown is back ready by the time the Storm is back, but because you don't do that, suddenly you're susceptible to finding yourself in a really, really bad place. He gets brought down. Viking. Out here with Chad. The Rads and this Mjolnir putting in work against the PL at this point in time. I feel like this Night Stalker is somewhat regretting not having bought a Heaven's Halberd. Halberd would be so good. A lot of this damage is coming in from Shad, preventing him from right-clicking for even 2.5 seconds. The amount of extra illusions you get from Focus due to not having all the chain lightning eviscerating them makes such a big difference. Overwhelming Blink now also picked up for the Slaughter. Now, Brame will just take an outpost, port bottom. Can't believe this game is even right now. But this is why we wanted to cast this series. Yudo's gonna be high. Skylark flying through this bottom portion of the map with this gem. Already taken out all the outer towers, so it feels rough in terms of moving in this area where you don't have that much to claim. They're somewhat abandoning and leaving alone this bottom outpost instead of just retaking it. I'll admit that this is a personal pet peeve of mine. I feel like you should never ever, when you have an opportunity, you need to take back the outpost. You can never discount the opportunity for teams to do like sneaky smoke plays onto an outpost, try to backstab you. Nope, do not take such chances. Just take back the outpost, dude. There we go. Skylark was probably yelling at Storminen and saying, dude, you came all the way bottom and you left the outpost while you were walking. What the hell is wrong with you, dude? With Wish not being here, Brave? This is a dumb idea. This is an awful idea. Alright, Skylark. Skylark should just leave him. Leave him. Just leave. Why are you, oh my goodness. If Viking didn't know, like, Viking, they knew Wish wasn't there, but boom, if he didn't feel like he'd hurt himself by getting Vortex through the Lotus Orb, if he just popped BKB, Skylark should be dead now. I'm very surprised that Viking didn't just immediately collapse onto the Night Stalker. Because Kezu was nearby. He had access to the blink.
Simply too basic, friend.
So close, so close. Cannot afford those kind of maneuvers. Dangerous in these streets. I know you're relying on the save from the Shadow Demon, but man, you gotta cut Storminen some slack. Give him a day off. Too much to do in this game. This I like though, from the side of Brame. They recognize that, you know what, if we can't really go into them as 5 right now, cool, we'll just split this map, spread the pressure apart. This is the one thing that Viking has as a major weakness. The only way they're able to win any of these fights, the whole team has to be close to each other at pretty much all times. Does mean Brame have a little bit of an easier go of things in terms of controlling and corralling where Viking should play on the map. That Stormcraft item is so funny, honestly. Boom has a Minotaur horn to himself top. Actually coming for him. They're actually coming for him. Skylark sees him. Skylark's got him. But Skylark does not have Disrupted nearby. And I believe Storm Spirit also probably felt that it feels a bit weird, so let me get out. 52 minutes in. We still do not have a resounding winner just yet. Topsy-turvy game. In some respects, Brame not really following through with the killing move when they had the jugular of Viking GG. Always go for the jugular when you have the opportunity. Jump in, boom. Gonna be able to zip out onto the Night Stalker. Skylark, and oh my goodness, the damage onto him and Spartan immediate, and now they're also gonna lose focus.
Simply too based, my friend.
No buyback on the Night Stalker, no buyback on the Disruptor. There is buyback on the PL. I think they just lost the game, dude. Ooh, look at that. So much damage in the blink of an eye.
It's simply
And now inside the base, Shad finding himself popping the first life. Wish was able to do quite a lot of damage here. Buyback coming in from Focus, absolutely necessary. Gonna try go in to look for the life of Shad. Can they bring down this Wraith King? Refresh will be there for the Wraith King. Soulbite as well. Focus. Can he dodge the Ice Blast? Yes, he can, but he might still end up dying. Wish, he's gone. He has to buy back now as well. 4-star forward will make sure that this PL does not end up getting brought down. The tier 3 tower though is still alive, and they realize that Wish is brought back, so they feel like they should back away themselves too. This ancient apparition, yo. My god, Celery is doing the Lord's work. Nice refresher shot as well from Shad, just in case he died, so he has the reincarnation once more. But the hard carry of that fight was Celery. The hard carry of the last several fights have been Celery. Holding the Ice Blast to make sure it only lands on either PL or the Tiny. And once it does, the rest of the fight looks extremely easy for you. Super high HP targets. If it blasts onto them, it's a lot of damage. Let's see if this one will do the same trick. They are looking for the target, and they do find it. Spartan's gone. Roshan. something that they are now looking towards being able to bring down. But so they do the right thing, right? Manage to get the first life away. They buy back on the PL. Once they buy back, I think you leave them to try and flee a little bit, right? You don't actually stick on these targets because you've seen how these fights have been. And Wish goes directly in on these targets. He knows also that they haven't actually popped BKBs for this fight, because he's been the one that's here throwing out spell after spell after spell. So somewhat reckless there of Wish to just go in like that. As a result, we'll end up another lane of another Roshan, excuse me, not another lane of Rax. Another Rosh. Another cheese sitting in the hands of these Viking heroes. Aegis on the Storm Spirits, cheese sitting on this Wraith King. I do not know if there was a Refresher Orb or an Aghanim's. Oh no, it was Roche. Wasn't that Roche 4? Yeah, it should be everything then. Who has the Refresher? Who has the Aghanim's?
It's simply too based, my friend.
Right, speaking of Aghanim Scepters, here is one that can still turn the tide of the game. Despite Viking GG being 20k gold ahead, them picking up this Aghanim Scepter on the Shadow Demon can still turn the game. The question is, will it? It can, certainly can. Will it is unknown. Oops. That was weird, sorry. Kezu. Level 25. Super stacked. Overwhelming blink. Chad closing in. Getting to the 30. The reason why I'm also calling Celery the MVP of this game for me is that, generally speaking, when you get to this ultra late portion of the game, things start to get scary versus the PL. Primarily because of the fact that he can just leverage so much sustain against you that even though you have the vampiric aura and such, you just find it difficult to be able to continually fight him out. However, in this game, Celery has negated that advantage. Spartan pushing out fairly far in the top lane will end up getting brought down. That is very irresponsible. I don't feel you can be outside the base and dying when you don't have buyback. If that was a move from Storminen, then fine, whatever, it is what it is. But you absolutely need to have buyback in this situation, especially considering that Viking GG look like they want to try and end the game sooner rather than later. 1 minute before the Disruptor is back. What can Viking GG do in that time frame? For now though, they are just being kept at bay very, very successfully. Avalanche after avalanche after avalanche after avalanche. Chad feeling I'm low right now. Nice toss back actually with Wish onto Kezu. They forced the BKB out of Kezu. Ice Blast flying forward. There's gonna be a buyback from the Disruptor. Just got it back. Storminen got off the Demonic Purge onto Boom. Boom now in a lot of danger. Will he die from this? Is broken at the moment. Taking quite a bit of deeps, but he's still alive. They bring down Wish. No buyback for the Tiny. Now focus. What can he do here? Does have the shard. So the Aghanims is doing the Lord's work, doing what it can. They were not able to bring down Kezu. Spartan unfortunately did not get off the ultimate. Oh no, Spartan. This is huge. Spartan caught out. Will they be able to find any fight here? They're looking towards Focus. Focus, remember, does not have buyback. If he dies, this game will end. Disruption will save him for now, but not save him enough. And he will fall. There's absolutely nothing left right now. They just dive Skylark to finish things off. But they will manage eventually to close this one out. GG, well played, Viking. Woo! 1 hour in. And they managed to overturn what looked like a resounding victory from the side of Brame. Viking GG. 71 kills in this game, but they somehow, some way, managed to turn this one around. I have a lot to say about that game. I think one of the key primary things I have to say about that game is Brame. What happened to their focus? It felt like they were playing like such a coordinated team early on in the game, and then things just started getting all tumbly once they got into once they were actually about to win the game. Then things started looking really screwy. There's one fight left that they just needed to complete successfully in order to have a way to win it out at the end of the day. And that's the one fight that goes really badly. And from then, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Look at the damage from Shad. That was down onto focus. But the damage from Celery is what's more important. 10k hero damage from the Ancient Apparition. Not just about the damage coming out, but it's the damage onto PL and preventing PL from actually being able to accomplish anything. Like, honestly, Celery, 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 Celery. Celery held it down for the crew. Did absolutely the right thing, used these spells in the right ways, but more crucially, waited. Sometimes you have to wait before you use your Ice Blast. You have to find the perfect opportunity. You have to make sure that you're not just throwing this spell out in a situation where it gets eaten up and then what? And then there's no follow-up for the fight. You have to be positioned perfectly. Did that consistently throughout the game. Celery and the gang, they were ahead for a long time. For a long time they were ahead in this one. But unfortunately, they just couldn't keep up the pressure. More crucially though, they couldn't actually get up the high ground and win the game. You were winning the game for most of it. You were winning the game and then you stopped winning the game. And then after you stopped winning the game, you started taking some... What's the word I'm looking for? Let's go with questionable. Questionable. Yeah. Definitely some very questionable engagements we started seeing as the game went longer. Also, I think Skylark fell off hard. Not just in terms of his effectiveness of the hero, but the effectiveness of the player. Didn't really feel like the people he was jumping didn't make sense to me. Also, it felt to me like after a certain point in time, it became apparent that the problem in the fight is Celery. The problem is the Ancient Apparition, right? That's what it felt like for me. Like, this is the hero that I actually want to address most of all. But he didn't really seem interested in addressing that hero. It was like, he's always silencing Boom. Why? Boom has BKB. Kezu has BKB. Aramis doesn't, but Aramis has Glimmercape. Keep jumping Aramis. Why? Go for Celery. You have Gem. Kill Celery. Let's hope we see a better showing from Brame for game number 2. So, with that, we're going to be loading up right now. So for more Dota 2 action coming at you right around the corner. In the meantime, make sure to go get yourself some water, refresh yourself, get in a nice limber mood. Tango, pat yourself on the back for not having bets on that game because it would have been a bad look. So you got to keep your first 10 money and maybe recycle it for game 2. In the meantime, also make sure that you are following the channel. If it's your first time out here, come say hi and chat too. And also do not forget to support the growth whatever way you can. Either by becoming a patron, donating on PayPal, or by becoming a subscriber. All the information for that beneath the description of the stream. And I'll see y'all shortly. Some more.
Do you want? Do you want?
Ladies, gentlemen, and my NBA comrades, welcome back here to continue with some Dota. We're back in the Pinnacle Cup, and we are going to be seeing Brame taking on Viking GG. Game 2. See what they got. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. Game 1 was... yeah. Brame shouldn't have lost that game. Those are the kind of games where after you lose it, you lose 2-0 because your confidence is shot. You feel super bad about what just happened. So we'll definitely have to see whether or not Brame have the mental fortitude to come back in this situation. See them make this attempt. Brame is off the draft with the first overall pick, Ancient Apparition. Alright, so lol, dude. They're like, alright, bruh. Okay, Celery, we see you. Okay, fine. And they get the puck as well. Wish puck. With Ancient Apparition means that it's very similar to what we see sometimes with Puck and Snapfire. But this time around, it means that heroes like Centaur are always going to be finding themselves in a rough position, having to deal with what happens every time you get Ice Blasted like that. At the same time, they've gone for the Shadow Demon opener. So both play teams trading in terms of their supports. Dominant did have a godlike game on this hero. So did or Celery on the Ancient Apparition. See what they're able to do with it respectively on either side. Now that they have AA on Brame's side, Focus is known for playing Void often. Would not be surprised to see that be a priority for Brame going forward. Viking GG, to be fair, have the Shadow Demon to somewhat dissuade from that item, that hero being picked up, given that sucks playing him against Shadow Demon. You just get disrupted half the time or Demonic Purge inside the bubble unless you get it off perfectly and catch the Shadow Demon too. Potentially Viking GG get the Lion for themselves while it's still available. Can rotate the Shadow Demon down to 5 and have the Lion play 4 or vice versa. Just make sure that you have not just a save but a way to aggressively engage onto the puck.
Radiant team pick.
Ooh. Okay. 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 A Hoodwink comes in now for the side of Viking GG. Alrighty. Personally not too sure about this. Honest. But I've just not seen this hero win at all. Like, at all.
10 seconds remaining.
So, potentially thinking that part of the issue is not everyone's just playing this at the highest potential yet.
Dire team pick.
Keeper of the light.
Find themselves picking up this Keeper of the Light. So two heroes that we don't often see now be emerging for the 4th position. Does anybody play Hoodwinked? Any of y'all play Hoodwinked?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Personally, I do not.
10 seconds remaining.
Not sure what the best situations and scenarios
5
we play
seconds
go into
remaining.
are just yet. It's gonna be a while before we start seeing that really start to settle.
Team pick.
Hoodwinked directly in the Medusa. Medusa hit on me like I'm a
Radiant
Minati.
team pick.
Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
Pause for Hoodwinked. What does it do in the lanes here against that Brame?
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Ancient Apparition is fairly static, so ideally you probably want to play
5 seconds remaining.
now though. What do they do? Options available. Let's think. Ideally like Mars though, but it's banned. Sand King would have been pretty dope. I don't know about Sand.
It's simply too based, my friend.
And nobody plays that hero
It's
offlane
simply
anymore anyway.
too based, my friend.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!
It's simply too based, my friend. It's simply too based.
I can
my
also
friend.
have some decent setup for Centaur outside of just the Blink or Stampede.
Radiant
So in the
team
Disruption, Econ Short Slow, Bushwhack from the Hoodwink, so that could work out as well. Okay, this is interesting. Broodmother now coming out. This is a game where I'm not really seeing them affect the Brood. We saw this in China, where Broodmother destroyed the Medusa. Actually made it impossible. It honestly might be a straight up lane counter now. It looked really, really bad. To the degree where Viking GG, I would hope that they actually decide maybe to put this hero in the mid lane rather. Even if it is going to be Shad playing it, haven't played from mid.
10 seconds
Otherwise,
remaining.
it looks hella scary. It looks way too scary right now.
5 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Out the Leshrac. GG. What will be removed by? Still need a hero for the mid for Viking. I could still imagine Boom playing Storm again. I wouldn't actually mind to see them banning that out. Especially when, after the previous game, I guarantee you, if Boom plays Storm, he's only reaching for the Ancient Apparition every fight. He decides to rather ban out the DK though. Ah, Storm was first to ban. Okay, that's right. So there's no Storm, no Tiny, no Void Spirit, no Ember Spirit, no Leshrac, no DK. I mean, they knew they were gonna first to the puck, so they're like, well, ban everything. All the heroes. Don't care. Hoodwink. Oh no.
10 seconds remaining.
Somebody please do that, like put Hoodwinked on a John Wick cover.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant
Maybe put on the
team
John Wick
pick.
2 cover, you know, because that movie's kind of trash and so is this hero. Brame. Final pick
Radiant
now.
team pick.
Here at the stage of the draft. What is it going to be? What's it going to be? What are we getting for us? Need something for Focus to play. It's the Faceless Void. They just don't have enough damage in the bubble. Like Illuminate Blast, Ice Blast doesn't
5
seem good
seconds
enough.
remaining.
Could be PL again.
10 seconds remaining.
Real talk, they should actually pick PL again.
5 seconds remaining.
They go for the Monkey King. Alright, this is acceptable. That's fine.
Dire team pick.
Gives you also a nice big AoE ultimate that they didn't really have before this. But the big thing is now, if you ever get Dream Coil, woo! That's an area that you do not want to fight
10
into.
seconds remaining.
The lane is also fairly nice for the Monkey King because you get the double Boundless Strike and the Keeper of the Light.
10 seconds
So it's pretty
remaining.
pog.
5 seconds remaining.
Viking. Do we want to put in the mid lane here against Puck? EA perhaps?
Templar Assassin.
Choose your hero.
There we go. I thought this might be the case that you play this super aggressively into Puck. You can like two-shot Ancient Apparition and Keeper of the Light. And I don't think you suffer that much against the Spider, right? The Broodmother doesn't really do
Simply
anything to
too
you
based, my
as the
friend.
Templar Assassin. In fact, Monkey King doesn't do all that much to you either. You're primarily just scared of what can happen if you
It's
tank an Ice
simply
Blast.
too based,
You
my
get ticked
friend.
through, but it might actually be a decent game for Boom. One sore spot though is that once they start to get more levels on the Monkey King, it becomes very difficult to play into this hero. You can dodge the Mel Strike using Mischief, which is freaking annoying. To be fair, not every Monkey King has the
10
wherewithal
seconds remaining.
to recognize that fact, but when it does come out, and make Boom look
5
like an
seconds
idiot.
remaining.
Oh,
10
the odds, man.
seconds remaining.
1.167. People are really confident that
5
Viking GG
seconds
have got
remaining.
this game, but from what we saw in game 1, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. 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 From what we saw. How do I feel about this? Oh wait, wrong screen. but it's fine. You know what's actually great about this? So I'm casting this most from Pinnacle Cup, right? And I'm using their clean feed and stuff. But the great thing about doing stuff when you're not being paid is that you don't have to worry about, oh, there's a mess up with the overlay. Why is the producer not telling me? It's like, psh, producer not paying me shit. I don't like the hoodwink. And I'm not sure that the hoodwink plays fast enough with the rest of the team. I mean, the hoodwink does fall off faster than everyone else. That's the 4 position. I think let's go Brame. Let's get a game 3. Let's get a game 3. Besides just wanting to get a game 3, outside of the TA is actually a really good pick for the game. But outside of the TA, I do think that what Brame has been able to put together should be sufficient to handle this draft and to handle what's being thrown towards them. I think they got this. I think they got this. Let's see if the gang can play well enough, though, to justify this degree of faith. So, are now getting into Dota 2.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
Brame versus the side. Viking GG. Only one of these two sides will be able to walk away after this, feeling good about themselves. Obviously, Viking want the 2-0, but Brame gonna make some bettors very lucky today with those odds.
30 seconds to battle.
We'll see how the game itself decides. Not gonna decide. I am somewhat worried that the side of Brame in this one won't be able to utilize the spider well enough. We've been seeing the spider fail in Europe, if I'm honest, every time I see it. In China, this shit is bonkers. Or let me rephrase, old 11 is bonkers.
It's simply too based, my friend.
That was actually too based, what we just saw coming out of Aramis. I was gassing up Celery the whole time in game 1, but shout out to Aramis as well. He also put in quite a bit of work. He held it down with the squad. Held it down, definitely. So in this game, many times they're going to require him in particular to disrupt this Monkey King. And they're going to start off with it now because they want to find the kill early on. Will they be able to get it? Jingu triggered off and Focus, unfortunately, does not have the Pounder Strike at the ready, so we'll just end up taking a tumble on that one. Quite unfortunate as a scenario there. Feels bad.
I take what I please.
Him versus Wish Middle. Extremely TA favored matchup. Puck cannot really do all that much in the laning phase here. Your harass eventually starts doing nothing. More levels of refraction are available.
Has been killed.
Just in general right now, it does kind of feel like what's happening from the side of Viking. That as they continue to be able to apply more of this lane pressure early on, just feels harder to play. Much harder. Every single time you're in a situation where you have to play up against this, the longer things go where things don't look good for you, the more frustrated you get, the more mistakes you're prone to making, the more advantage can be taken. However, like I said, I'm not personally a fan of this Hoodwink hero. Don't think it's actually that good. So there is one major advantage for Brame in that regard. Celery trying to run down Stominen, won't be able to do so. The cold feet won't trigger either, however they will find a kill onto Celery.
Interesting.
And a drink. Unfortunately not be able to involve itself appropriately in the rest lane, at least until the respawn. Does give Stominen an opportunity to drag the wave. Allow Skylark to get his creeps. Well, back towards the tier 1. That is very nice support play there from the Ancient Apparition. Good job. Face the Skylark. Lane
Focus dies again. Second death of the game. The first one I can understand. You're surrounded by 3 heroes, but how did that one happen? Especially where he was positioned. Seems like he got caught out trying to play aggressive and there were too many shadow poison stacks back on him. I mean, unless he wants to argue that he was trying to go buy something at the old secret shop. Like, hey man, they moved the side shop. How was I supposed to know? Chad also managed to bring down Stormland in the top lane. Man, Viking GG. Calm down. Want this one to be close, y'all. We don't want to stomp like this. Aramis. Here's my pleading. Here's my call. He decides to give up his life to Spartan just to give some gold towards the opposing 5 position player. Sportsmanship, man. That's what I saw.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Put some damage out onto Kezu. Blast will be there. They need to catch up so much on focus now. At the same time, despite them having lost 2 lives to Kezu has basically no CS here. Managed to hold them quite steadily down bottom from getting anything resembling farm. Farming heroes is one thing though, and it does definitely help. It's not the be-all end-all of everything in the game. Part of me also does wonder what we're going to be seeing coming out. Oh, top, Celery, in trouble. He's dead, yeah. Dialogue, nicely done with the insatiable hunger there. Always super cool whenever that happens. Get to have one of these players moving out onto the map. But the spider thinking, oh wait, spider, not that far from dying, we can kill the spider. Oh, no you can't, you'd be surprised, you'd be surprised. Spider is not the easiest customers to bring down, but he does eventually manage to do so. That's the important thing. Now the rest of the map is still ongoing. Viking. Question is going to be, where does TA want to go first? They can engage the Stampede, makes it a lot easier. Also, for the side of Brame, once they decide they also want to get Wish out onto the map, that can be truly a recipe for some disaster. I'm very impressed by what he's able to do middle. Very good lane for Wish, showing his skill here against Boom, who is no slouch either in the mid lane, especially playing on his Templar Assassin. So he's gotten off to a good enough start that does mean that we're going to get very early item timings out of him. Is going to be necessary because look at the farm. Dusa's got none of it. And okay, so bottom is not really surprising that Kezu was having a rough time against focus, but some of you might not have actually seen this top lane. The cameraman didn't spend too much time focusing it, but this lane is really hard, and we can see the CS of the Medusa reflecting this difficulty. In fact, they're now doing what we discussed in the draft. They're actually just biting the bullet and putting the Medusa in the mid lane, but this consigns Boom to top, and I don't think that Puck is at all challenged by a Medusa lane. In fact, she's gonna quickly leave, we'll kill Aramis, pick up a bounty rune and an illusion on the way out. But I don't think this lane is particularly challenging for the Puck to play either, if they do decide they want to keep her here. It's the only way they feel they can get more gold for Shad, but man, really is feeling right now like side of Viking GG. Because of the impact onto this Medusa, the game got exponentially harder. Well, okay, so that confirms it. It's not just in China. Brood Mother destroys Dusa in lane. Seems to happen despite what the support duo looks like. Dad, we'll be able to find some CS here. So jump. Wish just probably wants to wait until he has the Dream Coil back online again. But this Observe Ward sees everything at the moment, and they know that Celery is porting bottom. Now, oof, Wish might have actually showed his hand a little bit there. Had he not thrown in the Lucio, I think they now know that there's a ward. Feels a little bit obvious now that they have that vision available. Top lane, Skylark will end up losing his life. Boom, able to kill him. Running him down with the side blades as well as the psionic traps. How did that happen? Honestly, that should also not really be happening. Bottom, they are going to try bring down Kezu in a certain amount of trouble here. Did manage to cut down the tree that Focus jumped on to try and make his escape. Still, the damage from Focus is going to be too much, and Bottom is going to be the one to finish it off. It was in the Lucio Blast. Young Blast. Not level 6 just yet. That does change a lot in this game. 6 on Ancient Apparition. Going to be fantastic against everybody except for TA. Sure, you do have the Shadow Demon to disrupt the target and just prevent them from actually taking any of the big damage, but can't always save them. Now I'm going to try and move on to Boom in the top lane. Wish has his ultimate back online. Boom. Oh my fucking kid. Okay, they are going to see him. And okay, with 4 heroes around him, there's no way that Boom survives this. We're gonna collapse. Now coming in from an angle, Wish gonna be able to catch up. There's going to be the Dream Coil. Fighters will help clear out the refraction, and that will certainly be a kill. Boom, staying alive a little bit longer, but will eventually die. Skylark is the one that picks that one up, and he's just happy that it seems like revenge. Feels good. I want to try find Celery in the trees. If they can kill this Hoodwink, this does give them the capacity to take down the tier 1 tower, and with the Waning Rift Silence, we managed to find the kill thereafter. Let's see it again. Oh, snap. My bad. Why do they keep doing this? I'm kidding, it's because I'm being an idiot. That was me. That one was me. The previous one was actually my PC like spazzing out. It was Photoshop deciding to like reopen itself because of Creative Commons Cloud, but this one was me. This one was me. Viking GG find themselves at the moment with behind 3k gold. Fortunately for them, they've been in this exact position before. In game 1, things looking a bit iffy for quite some time throughout the game until they just suddenly turn it around later.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Nope.
attack.
Come across Boom. Is this a target they want though? Thinking about it, they lay down the sentry, and Wish is being very circumspect about whether or not he jumps this. I guess he realizes that without Focus being right on top of him, or Skylark being nearby, they actually have no options against the refraction.
Tower is under attack.
They have no recourse but to just let her go. A little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
EA does not pick up the Splink Dagger. Shad. Now Shad is somewhat more viable of a target. They're gonna go in. Dream Coil. Ice Blast will land. The disruption will save for a moment, but this cannot save forever. Eventually this will be a dead Shad. Bring him down with the Illusio Orb. They do commit the Stampede though to jump back in and kill Spartan. Wish. Wish? Why did you come this side, my friend? What was the plan, my friend? Wish panicked. He definitely panicked. He actually had the opportunity to just walk away into the western part of the fight. But look at this. 100% panic here. So, to get off the chain onto Shad, looks like it'll kill. Disruption will be there, right? Now, Wish blinks away already. He already used the jaunt. Throws in an Illusio to finish the kill. But look where Wish is, right? Look where the team is going. The team is already heading this side. They weren't actually going to go towards west. And then they realize, oh wait, snap, Wish is here. Let's go kill him. Quite unfortunate. With Wish losing his life, Skylark trying to run down the Centaur, but doesn't want to commit his actual body on the line. Will just send his Spiderlings to do the dirty work. They will fail. They call him. Focus in the meantime is trying to catch up on farm. The earlier 2 deaths in the lane really did a number on him. Yeah, sure, you still end up in a situation where you beat Kezu and you put him in a compromised situation, but ultimately you still need to catch up on your own farm as the Monkey King. Wish is just being a pest here around the mid lane with the switchblade. What an annoying item. They're gonna try find a kill here. They've got the jump in. Focus actually gets a grab onto Aramis on the other side of the map. And now they might actually end up losing this Ancient Apparition. Storminen, can he TP out safely? No, he cannot. Bushwhack will come in from Celery. And they will be able to run down this Ancient Apparition. Support for support traded all across the map. One thing that this Broodmother can do, it really annoys Boom, that he can spend so much time in this jungle that Boom is never really sure how far away. Like, look how carefully he has to farm all the time. Finger waiting and tensing on the Blink Dagger.
Dire are scanning.
Brame right now just keeping control of the top side of the map. Smoke up. Alright, get some kills middle. Tier 1 tower has been standing for quite some time. Aramis has now also used Disruption. They do not know this, however. They do catch Vision of Shad though. And little do they know, but it's going to still be perfect timing. Ice Blast won't connect properly, but it's still going to go over enough to give the debuff, I think. Oh, but Shad, they don't have the damage. They killed Wish way too quickly. Bushwhack. Damage from the Medusa. Just did way too much, so Shad ends up not dying. Unfortunately, Storminen's usage of the Ice Blast, not the same quality that we saw from Celeris in game 1. Celery feeling very good about himself, helping to secure a kill onto Puck, keeping this game alive. That was good. Focus is just here farming with this Maelstrom, trying to get into the SNY. The gold drop is still in their favor on the side of Brame, despite having lost several core heroes in important positions. Focus. Skylark, the two of them are the ones that need to somewhat stop dying. But Skylark is on the way. I don't like the build that he's going for with this SNY. The build that we've seen really work well is I just go full utility. In this game, the Pipe of Insight is somewhat limited in what it can provide for you, so I would love to see him just go straight for the GG boots. Now jump in, they find Focus. Yeah, Focus is just... there was a Focus there? Was there a Focus there? No. With that kill, Brame, and that's been really entertaining and really interesting to watch, right? Every single time that we've been watching these secondary tournaments, Pinnacle Cup, I-League, etc., versus DPC, the difference in the teams' caliber and their playstyle when they're not playing DPC is really visible. Interestingly enough, this particular difference I think only really applies to the teams in Division 1. All the Div 2 teams seem to be playing their hearts out no matter what, but Div 1 teams, it's a toss-up as to whether or not they're going to play at the same quality level as they do in Div 1. In this game, Brame and the gang. He is the most farmed hero on this map by quite some margin. Can't deal with her. The issue is that more time that they take to get the necessary build up in order to be able to successfully deal with her, stronger she's also getting, but most importantly the stronger Medusa is getting. Medusa was completely shut out early. Now though, recovery is beginning to happen for the hero. Hezu does not connect with the hoof stomp onto this Puck. Dude, Kezi's Centaur is so good. They stampede to the top. Focus. Will he get off the Wukong's command? He does, but he still dies almost instantly. Boom. Almost able to also kill out Wish. Wish does manage to get away. Doesn't go into the waiting part of the Centaur. Skylark is here on top of Boom. Boom, remember, did get Ice Blasted, so he can die, and he will indeed do so. That's a massive kill. Remember, Boom is by far the biggest hero on the map. Where they get focused, but now they actually might lose Aramis as well. He's getting surrounded by the spider. Button isn't the double mana, but they don't want to dive too far. Happy right now just to have secured the life of Boom. So look initially, right? Focus. Look how quickly he dies, my god. But fortunately for them, this time around, the Ice Blast does strike true. And Fwish also outplayed Kezu there. And now Kezu is super far away from Boom, so he can't actually put himself back into a position to actually help. And even when his body does get there, he doesn't have access to the Hoof Stomp. In the meantime, both supports getting eviscerated here around the Roshan pit. They have some negative armor in the Orbital Corrosion for Skylark. I don't think they feel safe enough to actually go kill the damn thing. Let's see how he ran down these supports. So first they get the kill onto Celery. And Wish will be able to just bring down the Shadow Demon there. Now are inside the Roshan pit. Roshan. I feel like we should make a... Oh my god, look at the damage coming in from Boom. They eviscerate Spartan, but Ice Blast does land out onto more than one hero. Boom though does get away from this. Ice Blast not going to kill anybody just yet. Aramis, will he die? One more right click will kill him with the Spawn Spiderlings. No availability of the Shadow Demon. Kezu is also really low. He's getting gone on right now by the gang. Will they be able to bring him down? Stampede will be used to get him out of dodge. Boom, jumping back, looking to try bring down Skylark. Lots of damage onto the spider. Not going to be enough to get the kill just yet. Now, very nice use of the pushback on the high ground. Focus doesn't have the Wukong, so be very careful about your positioning here, friend. Top shooter back online for the Snapfire. The Hoodwink, excuse me. Not Snap. Hoodwink. Hoodwink. And they killed the Puck. How did that happen? Boom now. Will eat an Ice Blast and will die as well to Focus. So it looks like they were willing to bait in with Wish and potentially trade to bring down the Boom TA. We're gonna see that again and we'll see how it pans out. I think though the space has been open around the Roshan pit to a wide enough degree that going back in seems frivolous. So there's a Dream Coil. Stone Gaze was used by the Deucer. That's why they couldn't really chase for the rest of Brame. Aramis dies. Look how low Kezu was. One little extra spell would have killed him. But Puck ends up dying. They do manage to bring down Boom. And Skylark is just gonna go into the Roshan pit by himself. Okay. They have enough. Do they have enough? Do they have enough? Do they have enough? They do. And Ice Blast also hit Shad, but there's no way they turn this fight. No, just let it go. Viking. Oh, snap. Okay, Celery. Okay, Celery. God level plays. Tip the man. Sharpshooter living up to the name, literally sniping Focus from the other side of the fight. Big plays.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Game here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very close though. Brame though will not be feeling happy about the fact that it's this close. They were hoping to be much further ahead right now because the late game playing against Medusa becomes a real complication, even when you do have this Ancient Apparition. Boom though will not stay at this hyper level that he's at forever. However, the final peak is arriving soon. The BKB. Blink, Deso, BKB. Relative to the rest of the field, I don't think TA gets stronger. She does get more powerful, but she doesn't get like as incredibly strong versus what Brame has throughout the game. So once she gets this BKB, maybe one more item, and they definitely want to be winning every single fight on the side of Viking GG, and they'll have the damage to be able to do so. The side of Brame, they are still unfortunately locked largely behind the Ice Blast in terms of their own damage output. At the Roshan pit. Dominate Blast being spammed out by Spartan. Dude, Spartan, mate! Brame, dude. What just happened? That was a very peculiar position to be standing. You can throw off one Illuminate Blast from there, but definitely not more than one. Because then they have perfect vision of you. They also have vision of focus, I think. So they might decide to try jump this, but they actually miss him. They do not know where he's at. So now they're going to be able to jump into the back tunnel of the fight. BKB will be popped though. Ice Blast did not connect. Whiffed entirely. So now Focus is in a whole host of trouble. He's going to get ran at right now. Will he die? Yes, he will. And Medusa also ran out. Stone Gaze finding Skylark. The Broodmother. Will she be able to escape? No, she will not. Kezu will be there with the Hoof Stomp. Two heroes have fallen. Shad with the double kill. Brame are gonna also end up losing a Elena Rax. Not Elena Rax, a Roshan. No. Why am I messing up all the terminology today? I don't even know where the Ice Blast went, honestly. Like, also, I don't know why they're taking this fight 4v5. I'm actually upset right now. I hate watching Dota like this. We basically saw a game like this earlier today, and I don't think it represents the best of what this team is capable of. A lot of sloppy mistakes from them. It just should not be happening at this level of play. Dominant as well. I haven't really seen this Ancient Apparition work out for him. Able to land one or two decent Ice Blasts, but for the most part, been very slow going with his ability to be able to put pressure on the map, help out with these Ice Blast kills. Partially though, Brame is just forgetting their combo. Like, the combo has a very specific build up. Ice Blast flying in, you get Dream Coiled right after you've been coiled, there's a jump in, Boundless Strike, Wukongs. Boom! Heroes are now at like less than half HP, they have to run from the fight. Barton, dude! 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 Okay, at the very least they'll get potentially this kill onto the center. No, they actually cancelled the TP from Boom. He's gonna stick around. Skylark is instead the one that might be in danger, although BKB has expired. Skylark gonna get hoof stomped now by Kezu, and also look at all that damage going back onto Focus, who tried to get himself involved in that fight. He gets tipped now. Yeah, cool, GG. This was disgusting. This was terrible. Not a good game at all. Not a good game at all. Unfortunately, Mr. Crack, I am not controlling the camera. I am getting the feed from the Relog crew. Meh. Bad game. This game is really easy to analyze. What happens when a team doesn't play well? Laning phase was phenomenal for Brame, right? Beyond phenomenal for Brame. But yeah, I don't know what happened in terms of their actual play in this game. I don't think this covered them in glory by any stretch of the imagination. It was pretty bad, honestly. I think that Brame as a team will definitely want to go back to the drawing board after this one. Because it really does feel like... I don't feel you feel comfortable about a game where you start so strongly. Twice, back-to-back games where you start really strongly and you end up fumbling the bag, eating towards the end, giving up what promised to be a fairly decent advantage for yourself. So the side of Brame will end up going down 2-0 to Viking GG. Boom. Just was out here today. Game 2 especially, Boom just owned, demolished this game. Made Wish's life extremely difficult, but that's just the nature of the matchup, you know. Puck versus TA, what are you gonna do? Well, that is a dub claimed by the side of Viking. Brame, fortunately, will have to just be sad. That's it. This is unlike I-League as well, where you get like reverse fixtures to try and maybe regain some pride on that area. Nope, you lose, you lose. That's it. You're done, bro. You're done, done, done. Viking GG will go over 2-0. Side. Side. I honestly thought we were going to get at least up until game 3, but 2-0 it is. Well, that will conclude not just the series, but the day of. Shout out to y'all for joining me today. Make sure that you're back bright and early. I'm going to try to keep the outro short so that I keep my breath. I'm just kidding. Make sure that you're out here. We'll be back in about, 14 hours tomorrow. So we will see you then. In the meantime, final time. Make sure that you're following. Make sure you have decided to become a supporter of the stream in whatever way you can. Either by making a one-time donation through PayPal, details underneath the stream, either by becoming a patron through patreon.com or by becoming a subscriber here through Twitch. Everything you do gets access to some bonus content, more of which I'm busy producing. I'm late on it. I'm sorry. My bad. And also, if you do so, almost at the line. We're at 98. 98. Two more. Get those 2 subs. Done 100. 100 in a month. That would be... wouldn't it? Alright, so with that, break 14 hours. See you all in the morning. See you in the future for some more.
Ninja